My life growing up was really good. I have two amazing parents that are extremely involved. My family's very close. The younger years were really fun. We never really went without. We always had things to do. We went to Florida. We went, on little trips all over the place. And then I got into horses and I started competing, showing horses, and it got really competitive, and I got to show with MSU, and we did a lot of cool things. And that really took me until I was 18, 19. And in the midst of all that, I went to school full-time, I worked, and I did a lot of teenager things after I got out of work, and just didn't really know where I belonged. I kind of followed people. I never spoke up for myself or really had an opinion of my own. It was always somebody else's, that was just the kind of people that I hung out with, and they just weren't really great people. They never spoke into my life. I had no idea what friendships really were back then. No clue. The thing to do was we went out and we partied. We ended up going to somebody's house that we didn't know. We had just met 3 people. My friend and I met 3 people. We went to their house, and I know for a fact that I was drugged because I knew how much I was drinking at the time. And there's no way. I mean, you have maybe a half a cup of liquid in a drink, and I was completely blacked out. And I have memories of visuals of people. When I woke up, I was completely bruised, naked in a room by myself, and my friend was mad at me. Because she thought I was, having sex with somebody that she wanted to have sex with or something. I don't want anybody to ever have to go through that. Nobody should have to go through that and think that it was their fault. And then it just kind of spiraled a little bit from there, as far as everything was kind of foggy, friendships and my choices and just everything. So I had I had a boyfriend, and I ended up pregnant by him, and he was not a nice person. When I found out I was pregnant, I was like, no way. He's threatening me. I was 18 years old. I had no idea, and I made the hardest decision of my life to have an abortion. And that is the worst experience to date that I've ever had. The people that you have around you can either bring life or death. I mean, that's just the easiest way that I can think to explain it. I know I started in 2001 at the place I was working, and Krista started a couple years after that. The friendship that we started to have was was so sweet because she was so consistent, would always ask questions, would always care about like what I was going through and just have different kind of conversations with me. And that's, how our friendship kept building and building. And, throughout she would always invite me to church. And, even though I declined, and she never pushed throughout the years. I mean, I think it was like 13, 14 years or something. So it was just, hey, you should come, She would always invite. She would never, if I had questions, she would answer, but she would never push God or Jesus on me, ever. I think I was always searching for something. I was interested in astrology, and I even got books on Wiccan, and I just was researching everything. I was just a sponge. I didn't know where to look, and it was fall of 2015. I had gotten into a relationship with somebody who it had spanned. I had known this person. We started dating when I was 14 years old. Fast forward a couple months, and there was a conversation that we had about Granger, and he had attended Granger. He's like, do you want to go? I said, actually, my friend Krista has been inviting us to come to church with her. If you want to go, we can go to the Elkhart campus. And he was like, okay, great, awesome. After a couple months, maybe it was weeks, I don't even know. It was all a blur. But I remember going to work, and Krista had given me, she had made some CDs for me, some worship CDs. And she's like, just put them on, just listen to them. You don't even have to like listen to the words really, but just put them on in your car when you're driving. So that's all I did. I was just listening, and it wasn't too long after that, I went to lunch, and like I was asking her questions and stuff, and I'm like, I'm like, I know I believe, I have to believe, like this is real. Like, I know Jesus is real. And she's like, all you have to do is say yes. And I was like, what? Okay. So I remember going out on lunch that day, and I was just bawling in the car, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I believe in you. So yes. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say, but I know I believe, so I need your help. And like, that was the moment that I said yes to Jesus. Even though it felt like the wilderness for so long, God brought new people and brought me into this new community that opened my eyes to all the possibilities of friendship and what faith really looks like, and what loving people looks like. I might be the only person that somebody meets that they can experience Jesus through. So I really think about that, and it really makes me think about how I treat others. And I just want to be the light for other people, to let them know that, like, it's okay, it gets better, and the sky is the limit in what you can do and who you can help and who you can impact, because your story matters and people matter. So even if you touch one person with your story, that's all that matters.